All right, I want to show you the most profitable places where your business needs to be listed on the internet. Now, it's really a simple process, but it means everything. Now, let me give you an example. There are certain places where your customers are going on the internet to find the products and services you sell. Well, we're going to find out where those places are. Now, there are literally hundreds of places where you can have your business listed. And down the line, yes, it's important to be listed on as many of those places as possible. But you can imagine how time-consuming it is to be listed on every one of these sites. So let's start where most of our customers are going most of the time. And as I mentioned, it is different in every city. It's different for every business and every industry. So I can't just give you a rule of thumb because it's going to be different for your business. Number two, and I don't know if you're like me, but I know I am, I get lots of calls from places like the Yellow Pages, Yellow Book, Merchant Circle, asking me to advertise on their sites. Now, it's either a good idea or it's not a good idea, and I'm going to show you how to determine immediately whether or not this is a good place to advertise or not. And again, I'm mostly an advocate of not spending money on advertising, and for the most part, you don't have to, but there may be some sites that jump out at you as good advertising sites. So here's what we're going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is ask you to get out a piece of paper, and it's important that you do this. And we're going to go to 3 different search engines. Over 90% of all searches on the internet start in one of these 3 places, with Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Google currently represents 60% of the market, so we're going to weigh the results there heavily. Yahoo about 20%, and Bing is in the 8.4% range, but that's changing pretty fast because they're spending a lot of money on advertising and some other things. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to do a search for Pizza Kihei, Hawaii. So let's just, I could pick anything. I'm going to pick pizza. So as I look at this, the first thing you're going to notice that comes up is the Google 10-pack. Right here, this is Google Maps. This is where I want to be. Now remember, 60% of people are going to Google to search, and this is the first thing they're going to see. So let me click on the Google Maps for just a minute. And up here in the navigation bar, you can see I'm going to maps.google.com. This is where I want my business listed. So the first thing I'm going to write down is maps.google.com. Under Google, that's the first place I want my business listed because this is where most people are looking. All right, now let's continue to scroll down because people do. The next thing I see is a website called Matteo's Pizzeria. Now, Matteo's is a competitor of mine, for example, and they're not going to allow me to list my business on their pizza website, so I'm just going to keep going on down. Now, here's a site, local.yahoo.com. It's interesting that Google is showing the results from Yahoo, so I definitely want to be listed on local.yahoo. And if I go down a little further, I start noticing sites like TripAdvisor.com. Now, this is an important site, a really important site, particularly if you're in the food or travel business. Now, if you're a doctor, lawyer, architect, you're going to have other what are known as review sites where your customers are going and they're reviewing your business. Now, most of you watching this video probably don't even know that your customers have been reviewing your business on the internet. Let me quickly take you here. I want to show you the kinds of things that show up. So this is TripAdvisor, and again, it's one of many review sites. But here you can see for Shaka Pizza, 27 customers have rated this pizza, and they average about 4 is the rating. And they are ranked number 20 out of 135 with respect to restaurants in the Kihei area. Now, there are people that go to these review sites before they decide to go visit your restaurant, to go see you as a doctor, lawyer, or dentist. So you want to make sure you have lots of reviews, great reviews, and you want to have reviews spread out over the variety of these different sites. It's a really, really an important thing, and it has an enormous impact, quite frankly, on how high you're going to show up on the search results in this Google 10-pack. So there, I'm scrolling down, and there's going to be other sites I see here as well. Yelp is another big one. Here's a local one, HawaiiUSCities.net. So this is a local directory, and I might want to be listed in here. And then again, Yelp is another review site. So you can see these review sites are a big deal. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to list all of the top 5 or 4 sites in Google that I believe my listing needs to be. And you can see Google's the 60%, so I'm going to weigh these heavily. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Yahoo. And the first thing you see is the Yahoo Maps results. And if I click on the map, you're going to see up here it's local.yahoo.com, and this is one of the places Google was even promoting. So that's absolutely want to be in this area right here. And if I scroll down again, let's just see what else shows up. There's local Yahoo. There's Yelp again, one of the review sites. There's Yelp one more time. Let's scroll down. I see Yellow Book right here. I see TripAdvisor again. TripAdvisor. Here's the site, maui.cities.com. And this might be a place that a local directory that I might want to be in. And if I look at one more, here's localbotw.org, which I believe stands for Best on the Web. And this is another interesting directory, a local directory. So I'm going to make a list of those. So let's go back over here. I'm going to show you my Yahoo results, and here they are. And now I'm going to do the same with Bing, the third largest search engine. So here we are in Bing, and look at this. Again, their mapping results are showing up first. So let's click on their map to see what the address is here. And again, it's bing.com/local. I absolutely want my business listed on Bing, Yahoo, and Google Maps. But remember, you don't want to just list it. It's really important you follow the directions on the rest of Viz on the Net to understand how to do it right, because you absolutely have to optimize your listing, and you don't want to break any of the rules, because if you do, all of these search engines will take your listing off of their internet index. You do not want that to happen. But you want to be listed on these sites. So just follow the directions and do it right. And it's a big, important place to be. So let's see what else we've got here. As I scroll down, I see Yelp again, another one of the review sites. There's TripAdvisor, another review site. TripAdvisor, again, look at this. Bing is promoting local.yahoo.com. Here's Yelp one more time. Here's another local site, kihei.web.aloha. And again, this is a local directory somebody's put together. And then finally, as my last choice down here, I see switchboard.com. Again, which is a form of a directory. All right, so let's go over here and let's add my Bing results. All right, now after I have this and you have this, we're just going to just analyze it. And one of the ways I do it is I just color code it. Now, I also know that the very top ones are the most important. These are the maps, maps.google.com, local.yahoo.com, etc. But I also notice that local.yahoo.com is on all three of the search engines. TripAdvisor shows up on all three search engines, and Yelp shows up on all three search engines. So these are three sites that are really important to me. I absolutely want to be on those as well. So as I just kind of analyze this in my head, and I realize that Google is the 800-pound gorilla in the room, and I can do this, just do this in my head, here are my results. I would select in order the most important places I need to be are maps.google.com, followed by local.yahoo, Bing, and then Yelp, TripAdvisor. And then the 6 and 7 I came up with were yellowpages.com and yellowbook.com. And you can get listed in those places for free. Now, if I had time, I would go to the other sites that I saw, some of the local directories, etc., etc. But these are the places I would go first. But I would not do it until I absolutely understood how to fully optimize my business listing, because I want to take advantage of it. I don't only want to be there listed, I want to be compelling so that people want to click on my business listing, call me, visit me, go to my website, and I want to do it in such a way so that I show up in the top of those map results on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. And again, you'll see a lot of that information here on Viz on the Net. All right, I have another bonus for you. One of the things that I showed you earlier was this review site and how important it is. I've created another video for you that will show you where to find the review sites for your business, how to get 5-star ratings, all 5-star ratings, and the unlikely event you don't, what you can do about it. You know, because you can't just take it off if somebody gives you a bad rating, but there are things you can do to actually repair that rating. I'm going to show you how frequently you need to put those ratings up, or have your customers put them up for you. And again, this is the key. Your customers need to be the one putting the ratings up. They can't put it up too fast because that will cause you problems. I'll show you at what rate they need to do it, and I'll show you how to get a fabulous rating, something that doesn't only look good on the internet, but looks good on your website if you have one. Now, what I'd like to ask you to do is right below this video, you'll see 3 little buttons here: Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter. If you would be so kind as to tell your friends about Viz on the Net, your friends that have businesses that can benefit from all this information, I'd sure appreciate it if you do that. Just click on any of these 3 buttons and it will take you to your Facebook, MySpace, or Twitter space where you can sign in and then just tell your friends about it. I'd really appreciate it. Whether you do that or not, the next video is right here. It's how to generate 5-star reviews. You'll find it right below that list. And you certainly don't have to tell your friends to access this video. I would certainly appreciate it, but you don't have to. So with that, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. You now know the most profitable places to go to list your business listing. And the next thing you're going to learn is how to get fabulous reviews, not just for testimonials that you can use on your website, but how to get fabulous reviews all over the internet so that potential customers are going to see that you are as wonderful as you are. All right, thanks a million. See you later.